Hello students, as we have completed with the unit acid, base and salt of our class 10, few questions we have already discussed during the lecture. Now the few remaining questions I am going to discuss. I am just discussing the questions. You need to write down the answers in your own language. And still if you face a problem, then just text me. Now the very first question is yes, these questions are mixed from the milestone 2 and self assessment. So kindly check that thing yourself. Okay. Now, the very first question is, why is acetic acid a weak acid even though it has 4 hydrogen atoms in one molecule? Now, look for its answer. Acetic acid is what? CH3COOH. Okay, what the question is saying, and the question is saying it is having the 4 hydrogens, but still we are saying that it is a weak acid. So what is the reason over here is what I told you. When we are talking about the weak acid or a strong acid, the strong acid is the acid which gets ionized completely. Now in the case of acetic acid, it is partially ionized. Okay, it is partially ionized in H2O to produce a small amount of H plus ions. Okay, it gets partially ionized. Coming to the next question, that is what? Let's look another question. This one. A student A student has 4 samples A, B, C, D containing dilute HCl, aqueous KCl, dilute NaOH and distilled water. Which two samples will show equal value of pH? Now if you look over here beta, then your HCl, it can dissociate into what? H plus ion plus Cl minus ion. If we look for the NaOH, it will also dissociate into Na plus and your OH minus ion. But if you are going to look for the KCl, it is going to give a K plus and Cl minus. And in the distilled water also same. Now distilled water, we know it is having the neutral pH. Over here is also what? No presence of the H plus ions or no presence of the OH minus ion. Therefore we say that the similar pH will be of the KCl and distilled water. They will have the neutral pH. Okay, same pH. Clear? Now let's look the next question. Next question is, how does the flow of acid rainwater into river makes the survival of aquatic life in the river difficult? Now, when we was doing this particular topic, at that time I told you that the pH of the acid rain pH is what? It is about less than the 5.6. Now when this particular water, your acid rain is going to mix in the river water, what will happen? It will decrease the pH of river. Now when the pH of the river has decreased, then the water will become toxic for the aquatic animals. Therefore, they will start die, or you can write down that it will become uncomfortable for them. Clear? Coming to the next question, that is your Question number 4. Three acidic solutions A, B and C have pH 0, 3 and 5 respectively. Which solution has highest concentration of H plus ion and which is going to have the lowest concentration of H plus ion? Now looking over here, the pH is being given 0, 3 and 5. Okay, the A part is asking highest concentration of H plus ion. We know that acids are what? As we are going to move towards the left side from the 7, your more acidic in the nature it will be. So 0 is going to be the having the highest concentration of H plus ion. Okay, this is your 0 and 5 is near to 7, so it is going to have the lowest concentration of H plus ion, that is your pH 5. Clear? These are very small question. Now coming to the next question. This question also I discussed and even I show you a practical also in the starting very first lecture of the acid, base and salt. While eating food, you spill some curry on your white shirt. You immediately scrub it with soap. What happens to its yellow color on scrubbing with soap? Now look, when we are saying this question, what is there? That while eating, some food is being spilled on your shirt. What happens to it? It become when you are going to rub it with a soap, what happens to its yellow color? Where it is going to spill over there, what will happen? And you are putting a soap in the curry. We have the turmeric, and we have done that turmeric is a natural indicator, isn't it? Now as soon as when you are going to put the soap, this yellow color will change into reddish brown color. Okay, it is going to change in the reddish brown color. Then the question says, what happens to this stain if the shirt is washed with plenty of water? Now what will happen when again and again you are going to wash the shirt with plenty of water? The water will remove the soap from it, means the base will get removed from it. Therefore this reddish brown color will again change to the yellow color. Again I am repeating, in the curry there is the presence of the turmeric. Turmeric is a natural indicator. When you are going to rub your shirt with a soap, soap is a basic in the nature. So what will happen? Your yellow color will change into a reddish brown color. Now when you are going to wash it with a plenty of water, again and again you are just rubbing it with the water, your soap will wash off. When soap will wash off, your reddish brown color will change into a yellow color again. Got it? Coming to the next question. The next question says, explain why an aqueous solution of sodium chloride is neutral but an aqueous solution of sodium carbonate is basic. Okay, now let's look over here. We say NaCl. NaCl is what? It is a salt of strong acid HCl and a strong base, that is your NaOH. Now when it is undergoing a hydrolysis, what will happen? The exchange will take place. When the exchange will take place, there will become equal number of H plus and OH minus ion. When the H plus and OH minus ion are going to become equal, it is going to become a neutral in nature, because it is for the acid, it is for the base. So when their numbers are going to be equal, it will be a neutral in a nature. Again I am saying how you will write this answer. You will write like this: NaCl is a salt of strong acid. In bracket write down the HCl, and a strong base, in bracket NaOH. It does not undergo hydrolysis, as there is no reaction between ions of salt. Ions of salt means NaCl, of salt with water. Aqueous solution of NaCl contains equal number of H plus and OH minus ion. Therefore, it is neutral in nature. Clear? Now the second part, aqueous solution of sodium carbonate is basic in the nature. In that, what you will write down? Sodium carbonate. Your Na2CO3, it is a salt of weak acid, H2CO3, and a strong base, NaOH. Now when it is going to dissolve in water, it will hydrolyze, and when it will hydrolyze, it will, because it is a strong base, so it will contain the more amount of the OH ions. Therefore it is basic in the nature. Clear this much? Now let's move to the another question. The oxide of a metal M was water soluble. When a blue litmus strip was dipped in this solution, it did not undergo any change in color. Predict the nature of oxide. A very simple question it is, that M is going to dissolve in a water. Okay. Now when it is going to dissolve in a water, we will have the hydroxide. I am not balancing the equation right now. Clear? Now what it is saying, that dipped in a blue. Now the blue color changes into a red when it is acidic in nature, but it is not changing in a red. So therefore the oxide is, your oxide is basic in a nature. The oxide is going to be the basic in a nature. Clear? Now before moving ahead to the other questions, the three questions I am not discussing, you will do yourself. If you are not able, you can ask the question. Answer to me. First one, what happens when magnesium carbonate reacts with dilute HCl? Give balance equation. This you are going to apply your own mind. Clear? Then give reason. Sodium chloride is a neutral salt. A solution of sulfuric acid conducts electricity while that of alcohol does not. And C part, acidic solution has OH minus ions, but they are not basic. These four questions, you will apply your own mind in these four questions. Rest all questions I have discussed with you people. Isn't it? Now, coming to the few other questions of your LR. We have a one question in the LR. I'm just not taking the pages number and all because it is mismatched. I'm just speaking the question. Question is, a compound X, I'm writing over here, a compound X on heating at 373 Kelvin gives compound Y, is used for making chalk for plastering fractured bones. Y on mixing with water gives X. Write the chemical reaction, identify X and Y. Today itself we have done this question. Here X is going to be the CaSO4 2H2O. This is your X, and CaSO4 half H2O is your Y, isn't it? Now this particular reaction you will write yourself. In today's lecture I have done this question. Clear? Coming to the next question. The next question says a metal carbonate X on reacting with an acid I am writing, gives a gas when passed through a solution. Over here we are getting some gas. Now it is very sure you also know that a metal is what? It is going to be a calcium carbonate. Okay? When it is going to react with the HCl, it is going to liberate a CO2 gas. Other members I am not writing of the product. I am just confining to the question. Clear? Now, through a solution, when the gas is passed through a solution Y, means CO2 is passed through some solution Y, gives the carbonate back. Now the solution is going to be what? It is going to be calcium hydroxide. This is your Y. It give you a calcium carbonate back again, isn't it? Now what does it is saying? It is saying on the other hand a gas G. Now the gas G means that your G is CO2, isn't it? A gas G that is obtained at anode during electrolysis of brine. Now electrolysis of brine means you need to write down this equation. 2NaCl plus 2H2O, it give you a 2NaOH plus Cl2 plus H2O. So it is giving you a Cl2 during electrolysis of brine, is passed on dry slaked lime Y. Now over here is what? During of brine is passed on dry slaked Y. Now what is happening? Wait, do not put it a G. This Cl2, when this Cl2 is passed through the calcium hydroxide, if it is going to give you another compound. That another compound, it is saying, that is the compound Z, is used for disinfecting drinking water. That compound is used for disinfecting our drinking water. Now we have done that, we use a CaOCl2, that is your bleaching powder. Okay, so therefore let's look what is our X, Y, Z, G. Your X is going to be the calcium carbonate, your Y is going to be a calcium hydroxide. Now a gas G that is obtained at anode, it means your G is what? Cl2, and your Z is going to be a bleaching powder. Now the question is saying that you need to write down the balanced equation also. Therefore all the four equations you need to write down. Clear? And in the case of the calcium carbonate, you need to write down the equation. Calcium carbonate, when it is heated, it is going to give a calcium oxide and a carbon dioxide gas. Okay? Or with the HCl it is being asked. When it is asked with the HCl, it means it is going to liberate a Cl2. Coming to the next question. A compound X reacts with zinc and forms a compound A and liberates the hydrogen gas. Okay, it reacts with HCl. X is reacting with HCl and it is giving a B plus H2O. Then X is also reacting with the CH3COOH and it is giving B plus H2O. Isn't it? Identify X, A, B, C and D. Write the balance equations. Now look over here. One by one I am going to do. Your X is reacting with the HCl also, with the CH3CO also and with the zinc also. And they are giving this. Now when the zinc is going, we require a H2. We have done that when any base reacts with the metal, it liberates a hydrogen gas. Therefore, NaOH plus zinc, it give you a Na2ZnO2. This is your what? Sodium zincate plus H2, balancing a reaction. So X and A we have come to know. Now your NaOH has reacted with HCl, so it is going to give a NaCl plus H2O. In the third question it is said NaOH reacts with CH3COOH, so it is going to give a sodium salt. This is your what? It is a sodium salt, sodium acetate. Okay. Sodium acetate. Clear? Coming to the next question. For making cakes, baking powder is taken. If at home your mother uses baking soda instead of baking powder in cake, then how will it affect the taste of a cake and why? Now over here is what? If your baking soda is being taken over there, then what will happen? Sodium carbonate formed from the action of the heat will get the bitter in taste. Okay, because sodium carbonate will not get any acid over there, so what will happen? It will just start decomposing and it will make the taste of the cake bitter. Again I am repeating, the sodium carbonate formed from it by the action of heat give a bitter taste. The B part says, how can baking soda be converted into baking powder? By the action of tartaric acid, you can just convert it into a baking powder. Another C part, what is the role of this compound added to baking soda? Now, this Na2CO3, its role is what? It is going to neutralize the reaction. Now when it is going to neutralize this reaction, what will happen? The cake will be tasty. There will be no decomposition or no bitter taste. The next question is what? A compound X of sodium is commonly used in kitchen for making the crispy pakoda. It is also used for curing acidity in stomach. What is its chemical formula? Now you all are very familiar that we use a sodium bicarbonate in the kitchen. State the reaction which takes place when it is heated during cooking. Just now we have done when it is being heated, it gets converted into a sodium carbonate plus CO2 plus H2O. What will be the reaction of compound if it is reacted with the dilute HCl? If this compound is going, NaHCO3, if it is going to react with the HCl, it will form a NaCl plus H2O plus CO2. Clear? With this, I finished the questions of the milestone 2 and your self-assessment. The question which I left, that question it means you need not to do. Among these questions also, if you found any question which is repeated, do not do. And No need of doing the self-assertion questions up to now. Clear? This much you need to do in your note copies. Good day, all of you.